Okay, so you can refer to the definitions that is in the slide here. For example, Richard Johnson Sheehan says technical communication is a process of managing technical information in ways that allow people to take control, right? So you should not be confused here. Telling technical information, for example, the brochure of a computer, manual of a computer, any license agreement, certificate, those are all technical information. All right. So Mike Markel says technical communication is a process of creating, designing, and transmitting. Yes, you first create, according to him. So you don't have to, be under the spell or under the influence that whatever he says, you have to. It is just his say. That is what he thought and he said. He's a big enough person. He has a huge contribution in communication field, so that is what is noted, right? But you can have your own definition. Some of the keywords that you have to understand is like general communication, right? We have something like technical communication that deals with some technical thing, right? That is about technical thing. For example, a AutoCAD, AutoCAD software used by an engineer is a technical thing, right? So you have technical thing, you have so technical communication. So nevertheless, you have to understand that technical communication can be in writing form, can be in speech, right? That has a technical subject and that has to have a clear purpose. Definitely, why not, right? Clear purpose. And the other thing that you have to keep in mind is you should have a targeted audience, right? For example, if you're crafting something, if you're making something for engineering students, you cannot go and give to MBBS students, right? Medical students. So targeted audience is very crucial. So the keywords for this is, the technical subject, a clear purpose, right? A clear aim, clear purpose, a very understandable thing. Everybody should be able to understand what you're writing, right? Very clear, understanding thing, understanding purpose, right? And language has to be understood by your reader, by your audience, right? Your reader is audience. And the other thing is, um, it has to be. It should not be redundant. Like too many repetition should not be there. Things like that. So now you know what technical communication is, right? You just have to understand the basic keywords that it's a technical communication. It is about technicalities. It is technical thing, right? You have a targeted audience, a very clear purpose, right? A technical subject, things like that has to be understood, right? And the other thing is, uh, yes, so college brochure, TV manual, guidelines, whatever you find in the form of written thing, okay, those are all technical information that you have. For example, prior coming to this college, when you after 12, when you give your examination or some entrance examination, then the college members, college crews, they stood out of your gate and handed you some brochure, right? So that is also a technical information. You have that technical information, right, about a specific thing, that is the college. And in the college you have purpose, right? You have like you have which stream you're going to your which stream do that college offer. For example, BBA, what programs, right? BBA, MBA, or BBA TT, BCIS, things like that. So everything that you get with some specific technical subject is a technical information is therein. So that is technical communication, right? Technical communication involves subject, yes, that is understood. Now evolution of technical communication is, listen, you have to understand one thing. All these Vedas, all these scriptures, right? Be it Mahabharata, be it Ramayana, or all the literature, everything is a technical that is how technical communication evolved. Okay, for example, Jyotish Shastra, it is about a little calculation, right? You have rules and regulations there, so that is also technical thing, right? They teach you things step by step, all these yogas, all these meditations, right? um, these are all the evolutions. Okay, for example, we have taken few example here. Sumeria was a very brilliant civilization that collapsed. All right, so in that during that time, you had all Sumerian culture there, Sumerian civilization there, and these people, they already had set up domestication things, they had irrigation things, they had all styles, they had all techniques of how to collect water, and like a little field work engineering, they had those things there. But it collapsed, they say. And even in Egypt, all this play, all these dramas about Socrates, Plato, and they teach on aesthetic thing. So these are all the thing. Okay, this is the evolution. So you have some of the things in the slides also. You can take a look. So yes, in context of Nepal, telecom companies, telecom companies, yes, increase in websites, right? Things like that. Okay, the steady growth of technology companies in Nepal, the proliferation of websites, the expansion of telecommunication companies, the gradual consolidation of the private sector and non-government organizations, and above all, modernization of various professions have widened the scope for technical communication. Okay, so this is what I have studied from your book here. From Dharma Adhikari, Mr. Dharma Adhikari, and Farindra Upadhyay, the book, Technical Communication. That is what they write over here. Ayurveda, right? Manusmriti, Pagoda, Chaityas, Lekhandas, all these are evolution. This is how things evolved, okay? So technical communication gained further pace with the growth and expansion of technical industries, particularly electronics and computer. Yes, electronics and computers, right? For example, if you buy some electronic things, then you have their manual, right? How to use that electronics. For example, if you buy a cell phone, if you buy a mobile phone, then there you have some instructions, right? Some manuals. So that is a technical information. That is a form of technical communication, is it not? Yes, because it just talks about, for example, if you're buying a Samsung phone, then it just talks about Samsung phone, right? It doesn't talk about iPhone. So it is technical there. It is very specific, yet it has a purpose. So that is what you have to understand. Now, when you apply 7 C's, when you apply principle of communication, you can apply principle of communication in those written things. All right. For example, there might be some spelling mistake, right? It might not be clear to you. So who guarantees? There is something that oversees everything. Okay, we have something called Society of Technical Communication, and we have some ISO standard thing here. But still, you might find some mistakes there, right? So that you can apply a principle of communication. Is it clear enough? Is it concise enough? Is it concrete enough? Right? Is it correct enough? uh, Things like that. Many people, they just lie about their product and they sell in the market, right? Under the fence most of the times. So being a technical communicator, you have to be aware of all these things, and you have to be able to do away with these things. Okay, so yes, electronics, computers, various government legislations made it compulsory for organizations to produce certain technical documents as part of ensuring standards to meet public obligation. Okay, so it is necessary now. If you are coming up with some product in the market, then you have to, there is no way, you have to come up with some technical information about that product. Okay, you buy watch, you get a manual, it's got introduction and everything. You buy medicine, it says how to use, right? So you have instructions. That is technical communication. So you should not be confused in this. Okay. So forms of technical. Okay. You have a. Okay. So you have a. All right. What happened here? Okay. So. Okay. I'll talk in the